analysis of different recent presidents going back all the way to. I'm not gonna go all the way back because Eisenhower. Not going before that because I can't. I don't even. This is way before my time, honestly. But yeah, so lost. But this is going back to like Eisenhower's time. So like yes, Eisenhower. Like yes. War general, great president, moderate Republican. Unlike Republicans today, he raised taxes. Like was like was like um one of the most respected presidents of all time. Had peace, got out of wars, went out of Korea. When he said something, he did it. Like I said, he raised taxes on the rich, but it was to fund the interstate system. The interstate that you drive on every day is because of him. St. Lawrence Sea Lake because of him. Even though he raised taxes, he wasn't for bloody government, which is the opposite George Bush did. The opposite Bush did. I'd rather see young Bush have raised taxes instead of having bloody government. But anyways, great president, universally regarded as top 5. Had a boom in that time. Kennedy, great president to me. But then remember, these are all my opinions because it's not going to be a conservative or what Republican opinion, honestly. Great president. Cut taxes, which is the opposite of a Democrat today. I wish a Democrat would do that because it would be more centrist thinking. Generally had to deal with the Bay of Pigs fiasco, but outside of that, hey, it could happen to anybody. Kind of was a little bit hawkish. Did a lot to help people like Medicare and all that social programs and stuff. Was the main program. Honestly, incomplete because of the assassination. Still one of my favorite presidents. Top 10. Smart guy. His intelligence was different for Nixon in that he was more of a bored type. Like, he could speed read and stuff, but... Next, we got Lyndon B. Johnson. Honestly, people consider him liberal. He honestly wasn't even that liberal. I mean, he was liberal, but he didn't... Unlike Democrats today, he didn't regulate AT&T. Wasn't really socialistic. He had a lot of good things to help people. He was a teacher. He cared about people. Civil rights, black people because of him. Again, all those programs that stay in blessed that Julie, Medicaid or Medicare, all those are because of him. He did a lot of good with the environmental acts too. Had a couple of gun control acts. But honestly, Vietnam did him in. His advisors did. He was too hoggish. Had some like weird ass acts in the White House where he went in. Still though. Even though it sounds like people consider him that bad, I'd take him over Biden. Next we got Nixon, smart guy, pro-choice. Did a lot of bloody government. He raised the size of government more than any Republican. He had war on cancer. Raised the minimum wage. Like, did a lot of things that a Republican would not have done today. Also, that's what I'm saying. He wanted to ban the hunting rifle. I am not lying about him. He would not have been in the Republican Party today because he's a California Republican. If you're a California Republican, you're going to be liberal. You were going to be liberal. You're not that liberal, but you're just liberal. Compared to being a Democrat in the South. You just are. The GOP's journey from the liberal days of Nixon. Honestly, to me, he's like a moderate Democrat. Obama was a centrist New Democrat, which was a centrist. But he gave us the Clean Air Act, the Environmental Protection Agency, OSHA, which helped to keep us safe. He did a lot of good things. He bolstered Social Security benefits. He introduced the minimum tax on the wealthy and championed a guaranteed minimum income for... He was also for universal health care. Historians might protest this crazy brand of leftist. He was rebelly anti-communist. But that's how much, like, I would have voted for him. A lot of his stuff on his economic policy did spiral and led to inflationary controls that Carter had to deal with. Next, Ford, not necessarily a bad person, but there's just not much to say about him. He's in there for 2 years. Next, Carter. People think that Jimmy Carter was that bad. Honestly, Carter was probably a way more advanced, sharper thinking Joe Biden. No, seriously. No, seriously, he did. And that's the thing. That's the thing. He thought that... But honestly, he was ahead of his time on a lot of stuff. Economic president, he actually had a good stock market performance. On solar panels, he was actually ahead of his time. People laughed at him. That's where Biden is a little bit like him, is that people laugh at Biden and think some of his things about electric cars are funny, crazy. But it's not. Honestly. And like the same thing, like with the other stuff. Like, just like legalizing marijuana, he was right about that. And he was right. He would not last in today's Democrat Party. He was not even pro-choice. He would not. He's probably more conservative than Nixon, a lot more. Next, Reagan. People can remember him as the great, big, liberal conservative that he was. In California, he actually passed one of the most radical abortion bills in the history of the universe. And he also raised taxes. But, oh my God, people can call him senile that he was... But, hey, I'll take Reagan again. He helped protect gay people in California. And then he had a boom during his presidency as... Like... That led to a stock market boom. I don't agree with everything he did on taxes, but hey, it was a different time. He had to do what he had to do. I really like Reagan. I mean, I do. Generally, the 80s and the 90s, I like those periods. Booms. Next, George H.W. Bush. Bush was like Nixon said, yeah, he's a good vice president, but as president, not really. Just not really. Not really. He's not a bad president. It's just, he did try to help people. He did a good Disabilities Act, but the Iraq War was not good. Next, Clinton. This is my favorite president. Again, this is not personal opinions. It's just, this is a fun video detailing recent presidents. Like Clinton, I like the fact that he would not try to get rid of something. He was not radical. He raised taxes on the wealthy, but he cut the capital gains tax, to stay in the middle. He was not like Democrats today. He would let free market enterprise happen. To me, he's one of the best presidents of my time. That's just me, though. I love the 90s. Gas was 75 cents. He stayed out of wars, too. That's why he went to Oxford. Man knew how to govern. Next, young Bush. They actually found out he had the worst economic expansion of any president since World War II. He bloated the size of government. They didn't listen to the housing crisis. With the interest rates and everything. He kept the safe. Good man. Better. I like him way better than Trump. Do not like Trump. But, Obama... Actually, I did not like Obama in the early years, but then I grew to really love him. He was cool. He never tweeted. Do I agree with everything he did? No, but a lot of things he was pretty smart about. Honestly, I don't consider him that liberal. He turned out to be a national security hawk. To me, he's just a moderate Democrat. And check it out, they're not. Bernie Sanders was way more radical and all the rest of them were compared to Obama. I like Obama. That's me. Trump... He was okay if he just clipped his mouth and tweet. That drove me crazy. It was like something you did in high school. It was like he wasn't mature and he's 74 years old. Otherwise than that, no, I don't agree with a lot of stuff he did. He tried to get tariffs in China. That just, drove me crazy. Then he got a socialistic bailout. He keeps people being socialist. And then he went and took a bailout. Tried to build a wall. Didn't happen. Again, the main thing with him is his tweets. If he would just shut up. Reagan was a better man than Trump. He saw that sophoristic stuff. Next. Who is it? Oh, yeah. Holy shit. What was his name? Biden. Honestly, Biden, there's some things I like about him, but he's just too old to be president. He's 78 years old. What's he gonna do? Again, I cannot see myself voting for Trump or Biden. They're just too old and senile and crazy. Some things people will make fun of him at. Some things he's right about. Raising the minimum wage, I don't agree with that radical of $15, but at least $11, $12. I work in the restaurant industry. I know what I see. People are underpaid. But my favorite was Clinton and Reagan. There wasn't much difference between them. That's mine.